When Mordecai learned what had been done, he tore his clothes, put on sackcloth and ashes, and stood outside the gate of the palace, weeping at despair at the king's decree. When Esther's maids and eunuchs came and told her about Mordecai, she was deeply distressed and sent Hathach, her attendant, to go out to Mordecai and find out what the trouble was. So Hathach went out to Mordecai and heard from him about how Haman had plotted the destruction of the Jews. Mordecai told him to tell Esther that she should go to the king to plead for her people. So Hathach returned to Esther with Mordecai's message. Esther told Hathach to go back and say to Mordecai,
"All the world knows that anyone, whether man or woman, who goes into the king's inner court without his summons is doomed to die, unless the king holds out his gold scepter. And the king has not called for me to come to him in more than a month."
Do you think we'll escape there in the palace where all other Jews are killed? If you keep quiet at a time like this, God will deliver the Jews from some other source.
Yeah, this is it. At this point, we should send in the cavalry, horses, men, chariots, tanks, bombers. We should wipe them all out.
Yes, excellent idea. If Esther is not willing, we should not force her to sacrifice her life. Moreover, sending in tanks is a sure win.
That's not the story according to my brief, is it? I believe Esther knows what she should do.
Well, yeah, but if Esther goes in to see the king, then she's in danger of dying. And if there's no Esther, then there's no story, right?
Please, Esther, continue with the script.
"Go and gather together all the Jews of Shushan and fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days, night or day, and I and my maids will do the same. And then, though it is strictly forbidden, I will go in to see the king. And if I perish, I perish."
And so, Mordecai will do as Esther has told him to.
3 days later, Esther put on her royal robes and entered the inner court just beyond the royal hall of the palace, where the king was sitting on his royal throne. And when he saw Queen Esther standing there in the inner court, he welcomed her, holding out the golden scepter to her. Then the king asked her, "What do you wish, Queen Esther? What is your request? I will give it to you, even if it is half the kingdom." And Esther replied,
"If it pleases your majesty, I want you and Haman to come to a banquet I have prepared for you today."
The king turned to his aides. "Tell Haman to hurry," he said. So the king and Haman came to Esther's banquet. During the wine course, the king said to Esther, "Now, tell me what you really want, and I will give it to you, even if it's half the kingdom." Esther replied,
"My request, my deepest wish, is that if your majesty loves me and wants to grant my request, that you come again with Haman tomorrow to the banquet I shall prepare for you. And tomorrow I will explain what this is all about.